Good evening and welcome to our 17th annual Molly Begain Melanoma Foundation fundraiser. Pete Cipollone is a melanoma survivor, and he's going to speak for about 5 minutes later on. Maggie and I learned that Norah of CBS in the Morning was being treated for melanoma. So we contacted her, told her about our foundation. She wanted to participate in the event. So she personalized this video for us.
Hello, friends. I'm sorry I can't be with you all today, especially since this is a cause that is also very close to my heart. I was recently diagnosed with melanoma, and because of the good care I received from Dr. Elizabeth Hale, it was caught early at stage 0. So I applaud your foundation for its mission statement to increase awareness for melanoma prevention, provide information and services on skin cancer detection, and support melanoma patients through education of the latest treatments. After my diagnosis, I also made that my mission statement, sharing my story so that I can help encourage others to take care of their skin. I can't tell you how many people have come up to me, men in their 50s and 60s too, who said, I read your story, I went and got my annual skin cancer check. So that is good news. My cancer was removed, and the scar is a reminder that early detection saves lives. It probably saved mine. I texted my dad the other day after one of my checkups, and I said, my dad's a doctor, and I said, my body was starting to look a bit like the moon, full of craters. And he texted back, better craters than cancer. He's right, of course. So thank you, Jack and Margaret Begain, for sharing Molly's story and using it as a way to help others. Molly was a beautiful and bright 20-year-old college student. She loved playing tennis and laughing with her siblings, Kara, John, and Julie. Her classmates describe her as filled with humor, possessing a bold spirit, a person of unbelievable energy and courage. The more I learn about Molly, the more I'm impressed with your family's strength and mission. Losing someone close to you is never easy, but you are keeping your daughter's spirit alive by sharing her story. You're saving lives. So we applaud you for all your incredible efforts in melanoma education and prevention. I'm sending you all the best and hoping to join you for a round of golf soon.
Every hour, an American dies of melanoma. That statistic has not changed.
An estimated 87,110 new cases of invasive melanoma will be diagnosed this year. Close to 10,000 will succumb to this disease. The incidence of melanoma among children, adolescents, and young adults has reached epidemic proportions. There has been more than a 250% increase in the past 40 years. At Mollies Fund, we know that prevention and early diagnosis are the most vital strategies in our war against melanoma. Our award-winning partners at Area 23 have created a myriad of hard-hitting, provocative public service announcements to serve as a wake-up or shake-up to ensure that the public become aware of the effects of skin cancer. Our Melanoma Monster campaign, showcasing a beast lurking under the surface of a mole, coerces the viewer to get a skin check. These arresting ads have been effectively exhibited throughout Manhattan and at JFK Airport. With our Mr. Sun video, we challenged young parents to imagine what might be a fatal result of careless sunning habits. This campaign was viewed by taxi riders in New York City, Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. The major TV networks also included it in their public service rotations.
Never let melanoma grow. Stop melanoma, please understand. Stay out the sun, it comes from a tan. Stop melanoma, please don't forget. Use sunscreen, do a skin check.
Thank you.
In 2017, with the assistance of Drs. Daly and Clark, Siegel, and George, we were able to expand our outreach beyond Garden City to the students of Rockville Center's Southside Middle School and the girls at Sacred Heart Academy. On December 8th, we will be offering a skin cancer screening to Molloy College students. Mollies Fund offers resource materials to school, college, university, and hospital programs throughout the United States. We offer our sincere appreciation to Tony Randy and his loyal team for successfully coordinating the 20th annual J. Gallagher Memorial Lacrosse Tournament. Dr. Kavita Mariwala offered free screenings, checking moles and lesions, and counseling attendees on skin cancer prevention. Once again this summer, Yankees and Mets fans were able to learn the importance of sun safety through our scheduled messages at the game, listening to their channel network, and on their mobile devices.
The Mets have to play under the sun today, but you have a choice. Protect yourself by seeking shade whenever you can, because a killer tan is just that, killer. A message from the Molly Begain Melanoma Foundation.
Baseball time is a critical time for melanoma awareness, and with these expansive reaches, we are connecting with millions of fans, reminding them to be vigilant about sun protection. Hampton and North Fork buses displayed George Pappas's iconic poster, "Odds of being attacked by a shark, 1 in 65 million. Odds of developing skin cancer, 1 in 5. Molly's outreach programs this year have impacted professionals in the Healthcare Financial Management Association and employees of Area 23. Attendees at the Area 23 seminar were able to question Dr. Elizabeth Hale about their skin cancer risks and appropriate prevention strategies. This past May, our junior board hosted a fun cocktail party at Maggie's Place in Midtown Manhattan. Young professionals listened to Dr. Eric Schweiger explain the warning signs of mole changes. Guests were treated to raffles of Yankee and Mets tickets and received sunscreen materials. We look forward to our November Melanoma Action Coalition meeting in Chicago. This conference will provide us with the most updated information on current therapies and those in the pipeline. Networking with our peers in the melanoma community gives us the opportunity to learn how we can best use science to promote Molly's mission.
And in a world where media hits and guerrilla marketing are sometimes the only thing that can capture a viewer's attention, Mollies Fund is making sure it is letting people know that melanoma is still something we have to deal with.
In Molly's name, we thank you for your support and interest during the past 17 years. Together, we're saving lives.
Thank you. Nice touch from Norah O'Donnell in that video. Maybe we'll get here to play golf next year. Our next speaker is a melanoma survivor and an Olympic gold medalist. In Athens, Peter was the coxsman of the 2004 Olympic gold medalist in rowing for the U.S. men's 8. He won the world championship in 97, 98, and 99. Peter lives in California. When he spoke at our outing here about 7 or 8 years ago, he received our newsletter in August and asked if he could join us for golf at the outing. So I said, sure, play golf, you're on scholarship, but we'd like you to take the mic for a couple of minutes and share your story about melanoma. So I'd like to introduce Pete Cipollone. Peter?
What an amazing day, and what an amazing family. What you have done is you've saved lives. So I also just want to say very quickly, it's been a pleasure to have an opportunity to meet many of you this evening. You're supporting something that is very important, very worthy, and very close to my heart. In the I guess early summer of 2004, we were getting ready to leave for the Athens Olympics, and I knew it was going to be my final shot at the Olympic Games, and we seemed like we were going pretty fast. And I had a lot of friends coming in to visit and watch practice and things like that, and a bunch of people said, hey, that freckle on your arm doesn't look quite right. And I said, don't worry about it, thinking, hey, here I am, I'm an Olympic athlete, I'm at the peak of my fitness, peak of my skills, like I'm invincible. And my mother showed up and she said, I want you to be at the dermatologist tomorrow, I want to know, I want the report back. So when your mom says this, you say, okay. So, yeah. I knew nothing about melanoma. I showed up at the dermatologist, and the physician's assistant looked at it and said, wait right here. Doctor came in and looked at this and said, we have to cut it out right away. And I said, well, I have practice in an hour, so hurry up. So they cut it out, and he got the sense that I didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. He said, look, we're going to do a biopsy on this, but it's melanoma. I'm pretty sure of it. What are your plans for the next 6 months? So, well, I'm going to the Olympics. He said, well, no, you might have to change that up. I said, no, doctor, I'm competing in the Olympics. And he immediately changed his approach. He said, well, I'm going to have this biopsy rushed, and we'll figure it out. Just hang tight. And in all of this, I still had no idea what this meant. So he called me 2 days later, and he said, well, I have bad news and good news. And the bad news is it's melanoma. The good news is we caught it early, and you have an 85% chance of being alive in 5 years. And so as a young man, again, sort of feeling it as invincible as maybe I ever have, the idea of a 1 in 6 chance of dying, well before I would reach my 40th birthday, scared the hell out of me. It was the first time in my life that I was genuinely petrified. But thanks to early detection, they cut it all out a few days later and came back and said, we think we got it all, and good luck in the Olympics. So a month later, I got my stitches out the day before our preliminary. The next day, we broke the world record. We defeated the #1 seed. And 7 days later, we won the Olympic gold medal in an event that the United States once dominated but hadn't won in 40 years. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. I will never forget that the doctor told me, he said, look, melanoma is one of these cancers we don't know a lot about, so the protocol is we're just going to cut as much as we can and hope for the best. However, one thing that we do know about melanoma is that if caught early, it's very treatable. And Mollies Fund is attacking melanoma with the best tools that we have today, and that is awareness. Teaching young people sun safety, teaching people how to detect something that doesn't look right and they should have a doctor look at it, teaching people to go see their dermatologist every year, and doing it with a degree of effectiveness that I have never seen elsewhere. 17 years, here we are. It started here in New York. It's now nationwide. You have people coming up to Norah O'Donnell on the street saying, thank you for letting me know. I had my skin checked. So I just want to thank you all for everything that you do. And I want to tell you that your support of Mollies Fund is saving lives. It's making a difference out there. So thank you all.
Thank you, Peter. Very nice. Thank you.